The disdain in the customer's eyes was as sharp as the coffee aroma in the Daily Grind Cafe. A boy, about 10, nervously felt for the Braille menu that wasn't there. His eyes, hidden behind dark glasses, couldn't reveal his mounting anxiety as he whispered, "Mom, come back soon. Mom, come back soon." Noah Albright, a 28-year-old black barista, watched. He'd seen this scenario countless times. Wealthy patrons who forgot their children. Yet this boy was different. His rigid posture and expensive clothes contrasted with the subtle tremor in his hands. "Has anyone helped table 4 yet?" Noah asked Brenda, the black manager, engrossed in a video call. "VIP customer," she mumbled. "Miss Caldwell is particular. Just wait for her." Miss Caldwell, Charlotte Caldwell, CEO of Caldwell Innovations, was a legendary perfectionist. "It's been 25 minutes, Noah insisted, a knot forming in his stomach. "The boy looks terrified." Brenda snapped, "Noah, do I really need to remind you that you're on probation? Don't make my life difficult." At that moment, the boy accidentally knocked over the sugar dispenser. Sugar cascaded everywhere, dusting his trousers. His lip trembled as he frantically tried to clean it. Noah didn't hesitate. Ignoring Brenda, he knelt beside the table. "Hey there, friend," he said softly. "My name's Noah." The boy froze. "Where's my mom?" "She's not back yet. Can I help you clean that up and maybe get you something?" The tension eased slightly. "I'm Finn. I spilled the sugar. Mom's going to be so mad." Noah quickly wiped it. "Accidents happen. You can barely even see it now." "You're lying," Finn replied with a shy smile. "I can't see, but I know when adults lie to make me feel better." Noah chuckled. "Smart kid." "All right, there's a tiny bit left. Are you hungry?" Finn hesitated. "Mom said not to ask for anything." "And when did she leave?" "When the big hand was on the 3. Noah checked his watch. "Almost 5:30 now." Indignation simmered. "How about some hot cocoa while you wait?" "I promise I won't tell." The bright smile that illuminated Finn's face was worth any risk. Noah brought cocoa, a muffin, and chips. He explained each item's position. "You describe things differently," Finn commented. "The others talk like I'm stupid." "My younger sister's visually impaired," Noah explained. "I know how important it is to be treated like a person, not a disability." For 20 minutes, Noah sat with Finn, listening to his Braille books and passion for classical music. Finn transformed from scared to animated. What they didn't notice was the sleek black limousine stopping outside. Charlotte Caldwell, a white woman, watched, unreadable, through the tinted window. Her cold, calculating eyes missed nothing. "Ma'am," her driver asked, "would you like me to accompany you?" "No, wait here," she ordered, eyes fixed on Noah, who was making Finn laugh. When Charlotte finally entered, Brenda, a black woman, rushed her, apologizing. She ignored her, walking directly to their table. "Noah Albright, isn't it?" Charlotte asked, her voice cold. Noah's blood ran cold. "Yes, ma'am, I see you took the liberty of feeding my son," Charlotte continued. "Mom!" Finn exclaimed. "Noah was so nice. He told me about how constellations are like a language we can feel." Charlotte looked at the empty wrapper and cocoa ring. Her face remained a mask. "How much do I owe you?" "Nothing," Noah replied firmly. "It was on the house." A tense silence descended. "All right," Charlotte finally said, taking Finn's hand. "Let's go, son." As they left, Noah heard Finn ask, "Can we come back tomorrow?" Noah promised to teach me the difference between a latte and a flat white by their aroma. Brenda approached, furious. "My office now, Albright." Noah knew he'd lost his job. He didn't know that outside Charlotte Caldwell was dictating to her assistant, "I want everything on Noah Albright by tomorrow morning." In the world of the powerful, everything meant exactly that. And Charlotte Caldwell always got what she wanted. Rain lashed against Noah's cramped apartment window as he stared at his termination letter. Next to it, an eviction notice and overdue medical bills for his sister completed the bleak picture. His phone rang. It was Maya, his 16-year-old black sister, blind since age 5. "Don't give up, Noah. You always said everything happens for a reason." "I lost my job for helping a child, Maya." "What reason could there be for that?" The intercom buzzed. A cold voice announced, "Mr. Albright, I'm Samantha Cole, legal assistant at Caldwell Innovations. Miss Caldwell requests your presence for a meeting at 9 a.m. 45 minutes later, Noah crossed the imposing lobby of Caldwell Innovations in his best worn suit. The contrast between him and the executives was glaring. In the 45th floor conference room, Charlotte Caldwell surveyed the city. Without turning, she gestured to a chair. "Yesterday, you served my son when I specifically instructed the staff to await my return," Charlotte began, her voice neutral. "He was hungry," Noah replied simply. Charlotte turned. "Do you know why I left Finn alone for nearly 2 hours?" Noah was surprised. "No, ma'am." "To observe who would notice him. A social experiment. 17 people passed that table. No one stopped except you." A faint smile touched Charlotte's lips. "Finn knows it's a game we play." Samantha placed a thick folder in front of Noah. A check for wrongful termination with more zeros than Noah had ever seen. "I'm not for sale." Noah pushed the folder back. Charlotte raised an eyebrow, genuinely surprised. "Everyone has a price." "Not me. And using your blind son as bait to test humanity is despicable." Samantha looked like she might faint. No one spoke to Charlotte Caldwell like that. "Interesting," Charlotte finally replied. "Finn asked about you. He never does that, not usually." For the first time, Noah glimpsed a genuinely intrigued mother. "I have a different proposal." Charlotte slid another folder. "Finn needs a companion. The salary is substantial." 10 times what Noah earned. "Why me?" he asked suspiciously. "My son has an uncanny ear for insincerity. You're authentic." Samantha presented another folder. "Your background is impressive. You put your college education on hold to care for your sister. 3 jobs to keep her in a specialized school." Noah felt a chill. "How did you get this information?" Charlotte ignored him. "I have resources. I know your sister Maya is a prodigious violinist. The Sterling Conservatory would be perfect for her, the most prestigious music school and out of reach for someone like Maya." "That's emotional blackmail," Noah said, controlling his anger. "This is business," Charlotte corrected. "I'm offering opportunities for both of you." On the way back, Noah received a call. Sterling Conservatory wanted to schedule an audition for Maya. Charlotte hadn't wasted a moment. That night, Noah researched Charlotte Caldwell obsessively. He uncovered disturbing patterns. Vanished former employees, convenient scandals, a former nanny who sued, then mysteriously dropped the lawsuit. Then he found obscure news reports about the accident that blinded Finn 5 years earlier. Charlotte had been driving, possibly distracted. The story had simply disappeared. The next day, when Maya played her violin at Sterling, bringing tears to the teacher's eyes, Noah made his decision. He would enter Charlotte Caldwell's world, not only for his sister, but also for Finn, a brilliant boy trapped in a gilded cage with a mother who used him as a pawn. Charlotte didn't realize Noah wasn't just a desperate barista. He was a man who had spent years studying human psychology, trained to see beyond masks. As he signed the contract with a polite smile, Noah was already formulating his own plan. If Charlotte Caldwell believed she could buy and control him, she was about to learn an important lesson. Not everyone has a price. And underestimating ordinary people can be the biggest mistake someone with unlimited power can make. By opening her empire to Noah, Charlotte was allowing a true expert on people to cross her path. The Caldwell family's secrets would begin to emerge, and the balance of power would shift in ways the billionaire could never anticipate. 3 months passed. The once intimidating mansion felt familiar. Finn blossomed under Noah's care, revealing intelligence and curiosity previously stifled. "The stars must be like music we can't hear," Finn explained, tracing a Braille astronomy book. Charlotte watched. "Finn has never talked so much," she commented later. "What have you done to him?" "Nothing special. I just treat him like a person, not a disability." The next morning, organizing Finn's books, Noah found a small, intricately carved wooden box. Inside was a leather-bound journal and a miniature USB stick. "It's Mom's old journal," Finn explained. "Uncle Arthur helped me hide it." Arthur Caldwell, Charlotte's younger brother, was rarely mentioned. After Finn fell asleep, Noah inserted the flash drive. The content stunned him. Old photos of a smiling Charlotte, videos of Finn with his sight intact, and shocking suppressed headlines. Caldwell Innovations CEO investigated for reckless driving. Billionaire's son may lose sight permanently after high-speed crash. An email from Arthur to Charlotte, dated a week after the accident, confirmed the worst. "Char, the lawyers managed to suppress the story. The judge sealed the records. The other driver accepted the settlement. Finn deserves the truth someday." Charlotte had not only caused the accident, she had used her power and money to bury it. The next morning, Charlotte announced, "I have a meeting with the Foundation for Children with Visual Impairments. Finn is coming with me." Something in her voice alerted Noah. Research showed no such meeting. On instinct, he slipped a small GPS tracker into Finn's backpack. 3 hours later, it showed a remote location, over 100 kilometers away. Noah called his only possible ally, Arthur Caldwell. "Charlotte has canceled Finn's experimental treatments over the last 5 years," Arthur revealed at his secluded art studio. "Procedures that could have restored some of his vision." "Why?" Noah asked, horrified. "Guilt controls Charlotte. She believes that if Finn regains his sight, he will see his mother for who she really is, the person solely responsible for his blindness." The GPS guided them to an isolated private clinic. Through a frosted window, they saw Charlotte arguing with a doctor while Finn waited. "She brings him here twice a year," Arthur explained. "She hires specialists to confirm there's no hope, even when there is. It's a twisted form of penance." Finn suddenly turned his head toward them, as if sensing their presence. "Enough," Noah declared. "Finn deserves the truth." As they entered, Charlotte was making a payment. "What are you doing here?" she demanded. "It's over, Charlotte," Arthur said, holding out a folder identical to the one Noah had found. "I have copies of everything. The accident report, the cover-up, the denied treatments, the settlements." "You don't understand," Charlotte whispered, desperation in her voice. "I can't lose him." "He already knows," Noah interrupted, pointing to Finn, who was approaching. "I always knew, Mom," Finn said, his voice small but resolute. "I heard you crying every night. What I never understood was why you didn't let me try to see again." Charlotte collapsed to her knees. Finn touched his mother's face, mapping her tears. I wouldn't hate you for the truth. I hate you for the lies. The powerful Charlotte Caldwell was reduced to a woman broken by guilt and fear. The doctor approached hesitantly. Mr. Finn, the new treatment, the one your mother has consistently refused, has a 60% chance of partial visual recovery. Finn turned to Noah, seeking his hand. What would you do? It doesn't matter what I would do, Noah replied. What matters is what you want. Charlotte watched, transfixed, as her son finally made a decision that should have been his own years ago. The empire built on control began to crumble, not from public exposure, but from the simple power of truth. The roles had reversed. Charlotte Caldwell, the woman who controlled fortunes, now watched helplessly as a barista he had tried to buy and a child she had tried to protect through deception completely redrew the future of the Caldwell family. I want to try the treatment, Finn finally declared, his voice stronger than ever, and I want Noah to be with me throughout the process. Charlotte's eyes, always calculating, now overflowed with raw, genuine vulnerability. As she silently nodded, something fundamental began to change. The real miracle would not only be Finn's possible sight recovery, but the painful beginning of the healing of a family torn apart by secrets and guilt. For Charlotte Caldwell, the hardest lesson was just beginning. 6 months passed. Autumn painted the Caldwell mansion garden with golden leaves, while Finn, wearing special dark glasses, pointed excitedly at an oak tree. I can see the outline. It's brown, and I see hints of orange. The treatment had been a partial success. Finn could now distinguish shadows, outlines, and some colors. For someone who had lived in darkness, it was like rediscovering the world. Watching from the porch, Charlotte held a cup of tea, her hands trembling slightly. Her corporate empire remained intact, but something profound had shifted within her. The fall had been personal. It's still hard for her, isn't it? Arthur commented, sitting next to his sister. Seeing Finn get better means confronting what you did. And what I didn't do, Charlotte added, her voice devoid of its usual coldness. 5 years lost to fear and guilt. Arthur smiled softly. But not 7 or 10 or a lifetime. You finally stopped running from yourself. At Caldwell Innovations, changes were visible. The CEO now left promptly at 5 for Finn's therapy. The Caldwell Foundation for Visually Impaired Children, once a PR facade, transformed into a real priority, funding innovative research and affordable treatments. Noah watched with cautious optimism. He continued as Finn's companion, but now also coordinated the Foundation's social programs. His sister, Maya, dazzled audiences at the Sterling Conservatory. "Did you know this would happen?" Charlotte asked one afternoon as they watched Finn and Maya play piano. That he could get better? Noah thought. I knew Finn deserved a chance. As for you, Charlotte, let's just say I bet on the possibility that even the most stubborn hearts can be changed. Charlotte nodded. You know what scares me the most? It's not the idea of Finn blaming me. It's realizing how much time I spent trying to control everything when the only real control we have is over our own choices. That night, Charlotte called Noah into her office. On the table lay documents. I want you to run the foundation, she announced. Not as an employee, Noah, but as a full partner. Noah was stunned. Charlotte was offering him 40% of the foundation, autonomy, and a budget that could help thousands. Why? Noah asked, still suspicious. Because you saw my son when I only saw his disability, Charlotte replied simply. Because you saw truth where I only saw control. And because the foundation needs someone who understands that true compassion cannot be bought. There was sincerity in the eyes of the woman who 6 months earlier believed everything had a price. On Finn's 11th birthday, the Caldwell mansion welcomed guests for the first time in years, children from the foundation and their families. In the garden, Finn, now wearing glasses, proudly presented tactile sculptures he'd created, sculptures to see with his hands. "Any regrets?" Arthur asked Noah, watching his sister interact with families. Noah smiled. "Not for a second." A child approached Charlotte. "Are you blind too, mister?" "No, dear," Charlotte replied, kneeling. "But I used to be in a way. My son and a very special friend taught me how to see." Later, Finn gave Charlotte a small painting, textures and colors he could distinguish. "To remind you, Mom," Finn explained, "that sometimes we have to lose something to truly appreciate what we have." Charlotte Caldwell, the woman who thought she could control destiny, had learned the most valuable lesson of her life from a barista who refused to be priced and a son brave enough to choose the truth. Her empire remained, but its foundations were transformed. As for Noah, he discovered that changing lives didn't require power or money, just the courage to remain true to his values. Sometimes, truly seeing people as they are, beyond their disabilities, status, or mistakes, is the first step toward transforming not just one life, but entire generations.